Hello, my name is Skip, and this is From the Fourth Row's review of The Spectacular Now. This is more or less a coming-of-age story for the modern day, and it stars Miles Teller as Sutter and Shailene Woodley as Amy. Now, Miles, you may remember from the indie hit from a few years ago called Rabbit Hole, and Shailene was in a great movie from a few years back called The Descendants. Now, when the movie starts, Miles is trying to send a letter into a dean of admissions to some college to try to get in, and so he goes and starts rehashing his life up to that time, and he had gotten dumped from his previous girlfriend, and so as a rebound, he kind of just moses around and checks out different other girls. But one night when he ends up on a bender, he gets drunk and ends up sleeping on the lawn of Amy Finicky, played by Shailene Woodley. And this leads to a little bit of a relationship that ends up being more of a relationship. But this movie is more about the fact that these two have so much in common regarding their families and their significant father or mother figures that they don't have in their life or they have problems with, and how do they interact and try to get those people to see them for the people that they are. And a major issue in this movie is alcoholism, and it plays a big part on how the events in this movie takes place and unfolds. Now, Miles' father is played by Kyle Chandler, and he hadn't seen him since he was 6 years old, so he kind of wants to go visit the guy, but he doesn't turn out to be who he thought he was. And Amy's mother is kind of a controlling person, but she's not that well, and so Amy has to find a way to interact with her to where she starts taking back her life and tells her mother, well, I want to go off to college. Before meeting Miles, she wouldn't have went off to college on her own, but he gave her the courage to do so. But the thing is, these two find themselves having more in common than they thought, and the people around them, including Miles' ex-girlfriend and Amy's closest friend in high school, don't think it's going to last. They think it's just some kind of a phase for Miles, that he's not going to stick around for Amy. But with the alcohol and things progressing in his life, he finds that there's nobody else he can relate to and nobody else that will love him the way Amy does. And that's what makes, this not your normal coming of age story, and not your normal movie for that matter, with teenagers. This is the most serious minded movie about teenage coming of age kinds of high school angst kinds of stuff that you'll ever see. You'll not see something so serious as this. These two young actors, they've been in a few other things before this, but I would say these are the best performances of their careers, and that they should really get a lot of publicity, and people should really flock to see this movie, The Spectacular Now. I know it's in limited release right now, but this is definitely one of the top movies I've seen all year. Easily one of the top two or three, and I give The Spectacular Now a big see it, especially for young people out there looking to try to find themselves, and maybe have made mistakes or whatever, or looking to make up for the things that they've done wrong or whatever. Go see this movie. This is a amazing movie. It is fantastic, and I cannot say enough about how good this movie is. I hope it gets looked up and people remember it come Oscar season, because it's a fantastic movie. My name is Skip, and this is From the Fourth Row's review of The Spectacular Now.